Hey everybody, this is Derek, aka No One on YouTube, and as you can see in the title, I'm going to react to some Kitty, but not just Kitty. So metalheads, check this out. As you can see in the title, apparently Alissa White-Gluz joined Kitty on stage to perform What I've Always Wanted. So I'm excited about that. Let me know in the comment section if you're a Kitty fan. Let me know in the comment section if you're a fan of Alissa White-Gluz, either on her solo projects or when she was in Arch Enemy or any of her projects. Let me know if you're a metalhead. Let me know if this is not your thing either. So, I mean, just, be respectful, but you can be honest. There's nothing wrong with that. We all have different tastes and styles and things of that nature, but I do appreciate everybody's support just by commenting and viewing and all of that. So thank you to everybody. So without like a lot of fluff and blah blah blah, I'm really excited to see this performance because you know it's just really cool to see like these ladies that pioneered women in like metal, right? So like Kitty was like their first album when they were teenagers was like it was a new metal album. They toured with like Deftones and Slipknot and so they were in that new metal genre, and then they back in the day they headline well, they headlined a second stage at the Ozfest, back in like 1999. And then Alissa White-Gluz and other bands, like Arch Enemy and OTEF and just other bands that were women that were like in the rough side of metal came up and so it's just great to see like one of those, Alissa White-Gluz, on stage with Kitty, who were one of those bands that pioneered not just women in rock, because there were, Joan Jett, Lita Ford, and the Runaways really pioneered women in rock as far as like all girls being in a band and playing instruments and writing their music and things of that nature. But in the 90s, I used to love the Donnas, right? I used to love L7, different genres. L7 was more like alternative grunge. The Donnas was more of that kind of like punky pop. And then Kitty came, and that was just Kitty was hardcore, And even with their first album, it was raw and it was teenage angst. But then their next album came Oracle, and they completely changed. They dropped the new metal sound, and they went more for like a death metal sound, and it was awesome. So we're going to listen to this performance, and apparently, let's see when this was on the 27th. So today's the 29th. And I was kind of I didn't do any recording all weekend because I was really, really, really super busy. So I didn't even know that this was like a thing. Um, this was a surprise to me this morning when I was drinking my coffee, and I was like, "What?" I was like, "Alissa White-Gluz with Kitty." I'm like, "Heck yeah!" I'm like, "So let's see what this brings." I already see Alissa like right there. And by the way, if anybody knows if Ivy's okay, I don't know why she hasn't been performing with Kitty on this tour, but if anybody has any idea, please let me know. I just hope that she's okay. But let's get into this performance. Oh, hold on a second. I don't know why. Oh, I guess I didn't have it turned on. I thought I did. Wait, what? Oh, I don't have my Bluetooth on. No wonder. I'm like, duh. Sorry, guys. Should have had this stuff all ready, but I am not like a morning person. So, okay. I just got to pair it. Not disconnected. There you go, pairing. Pairing and connected. Okay. Sorry about that. All right. Ooh, I'm so excited. This is like so awesome. Okay, so this was probably like the only spot that I could pause it at, but Mercedes, I hear you on the double kicks back there, and so in the verse, so Morgan was doing the cleans, and Alissa was doing all the harsh, but in the chorus, Mercedes is doing the harsh, and Alissa was doing the cleans here. And did you see how happy Morgan looked? Look at how happy Morgan is. She's just having a good old time. You know, Alyssa's having a great time. The rest of the band is probably having a great time. So I just wanted to point that out, like who was doing what, because as I'm noticing. So as a reaction, I'm just observing and just, you know. So yeah, that's so cool. All right. Okay, so I'm wondering, is it gonna be only Mercedes doing the harsh on the drums in this final section of the song? Or is it gonna be Morgan? Or is it gonna be Alissa or is it gonna be all 3? That would be, like, super powerful, but I'm not quite sure. So, this I'm gonna back it up 5 seconds so that we can transition into this last section of the song that so far how it's just a beautiful thing when you see artists that are in the same genre supporting each other, and I think because of the male-dominated world of metal, but it is not a male genre. It is not. But it's, more women are coming up. But because it's just important to see women in rock banding together, no pun on the banding, but you know what I'm saying, like supporting each other. And I love that. You put women in a secretary's office and then they're competing, right? But when you see them as musicians, to see that the women are not competing, they are supporting each other. And I love that. I've seen that throughout the years with Joan Jett and how she supported other, you know, females in rock and continues to do so, like the Linda Lindas, they're like this new young punk band that are out, and Joan Jett follows them on Instagram and, supports them. The Go-Go's follow them and stuff like that. So, anyways, let's get this last section and let's see or hear or both how it's going to be. I hate it when YouTube does this bull crap. Hold on. What the F? Ugh. Listen, people. Listen. Okay. Back to here. So I loved Morgan's prolonged scream at the end. I heard Morgan and Alissa, but that doesn't mean that Mercedes wasn't doing it too. The three of them could have completely been just what's the word? Just so unified that it's just like so I'm just going to assume that Mercedes was also doing the harsh and it was the three of them. Unless somebody tells me differently, I'm going to say that it was the three of them, but I loved like okay, so like that the ending because Alyssa's like over here headbanging, but like the final um there we go again with that stupid bull crap of YouTube doing this. Anyways, um that was like freaking awesome. That was so freaking good. That was so amazing. I absolutely loved that. What an awesome um pairing, I guess you could say. What a great feature. Could you imagine being in the audience? Like you go there to see Kitty, which is like awesome enough as it is, and then Alissa White-Gluz gets on the stage. What? So that totally rocked. It totally rocked my morning, and it put me in a good mood for the rest of the day. Um, I'm gonna have the link to the original video here, and then I'm also gonna have the links for Kitty's links and all the links for Alissa White-Gluz in the description so that you can go follow them. It's all about supporting the artists and the bands. I'm here to just give you my take or what I observe or just to rock out and for you to rock out with me, which I hope you did. And the description is going to be all of my socials as well, including my Patreon, where I have over 250 bonus exclusive videos. I do reactions to documentaries, TV sitcoms, movies, and musicals over there. And all the, what do you call it? There are exclusive Patreon recorded videos that are not going to be on YouTube. And also blocked videos from YouTube are all over there. And you get the early access viewing over there. So this video is going to be posted up on Patreon today. It should be on YouTube in a few days or a couple days, but I don't want to wait too long on YouTube because this is like amazing, and I want this out. So thank you so much, everybody. I hope you guys, what's the word? Well, just enjoyed it and rocked out, and I'll see you in the next one. Rocco.